What if your brain is hiding things from you and you don't even notice? The world's most powerful processor tripped up by a simple sentence. How often do you miss what's right in front of you and never realize? Just like you didn't notice the "the" in the thumbnail, you don't hear the hum of the fridge while cooking or the rumble of the car while driving. And this is happening for the very same reasons. And it's rather important. Before we dive into what else your brain is hiding, let's go back to that 9-word sentence. Why don't we notice the extra word before we're told that it's there? It's not a system failure. It's something the brain does on purpose all the time. When we read a sentence, we don't actually read every word. Our brain picks up patterns based on experience and fills in the blanks as we skim along the text. Like this blue blob, you're slumping the words together. This greatly improves the speed we're able to read and does little to impact our understanding. So in most cases, this is a great way for the brain to work faster without any downside. But this is only a small part of a much larger mystery. Our brain uses shortcuts like this with all sensory input. And while it works well with reading, it's not always a good thing. Have you ever experienced someone pulling away from a kiss? Or I had a friend rejected from this job interview he was sure he had nailed, and no matter what, he couldn't make sense of what happened. Well, then you might be, and he certainly was, a victim of the brain's sloppiness. You see, another thing your brain tunes out very quickly is bad smells. And that's no matter how bad it is. When it's a smell that lingers around for a long time, like a bad breath or a terrible body odor, like my friend who didn't realize he reeked of last night's beer at a job interview, then it can be quite unfortunate. And if you thought that was bad, let's look at some other ways your brain cuts you short. You tune out while driving and suddenly find yourself at your destination, wondering how you got there safely. You tune out while working, still getting work done. One of the most interesting ways your brain is tuning out is how you don't feel or think about exactly how your tongue is resting in your mouth, or just how you're breathing in and out to stay alive. But what's also funny is that now that I've made you aware of it, you're probably noticing, and then it becomes really annoying. At first, this ability to hide things seems careless, even dangerous, but it's actually a survival mechanism. It's essential to why humans have survived and thrived for centuries. Through years and years of experience, the human brain has learned that it doesn't need to stare at every leaf or feel every breeze of wind on the skin. But if something moves suddenly or smells off, then it has to be alert. The brain is trained to detect things that matter, like threats or sudden changes which may have an effect on us. Like if a lion appears, you would want to notice it, not the rustling of grass you've heard for an hour already. By filtering out non-threatening sensory input, the brain avoids being overwhelmed by the constant flood of information, which, in turn, helps the brain react much faster when it's actually needed. Remember that simple sentence your brain stumbled over? That wasn't a bug. It was a feature, and it can sometimes even be a superpower. Speaking of superpowers, last episode we found out exactly how deadly it would be to drop a toaster in the ocean. Keep yourself safe by checking it out.